Today we're going to talk about potting up your dahlias. Minnesota has a short growing season, so there are several reasons why you might want to pot up your dahlias. Dahlias take a really long time to get to flower, and in Minnesota they really are starting to flower August, September, and even well into October. If you're looking to get a jump start, you might want to consider potting up your dahlia tubers here in the spring. There are benefits to potting up early, but I will say that you don't want to start too early. April's a really good time to start. You want to pot up your dahlias 4 to 6 weeks before you're ready to put them outside. And in Minnesota, that really means around the first week of May, when all danger of frost is past. We're going to talk about potting up dahlia from a whole clump and also from a split tuber. You may have watched the reel we did last fall where we taught everyone how to split tubers and store tubers for the winter. This is the method that I use, but each year I am enticed to buy a new tuber. When I do that, I receive them in full clumps. So we're going to talk about both methods. That way you have all the advantages at your fingertips. When you go into a store or a greenhouse like ours, you might see a package like this where they have provided you with a full clump, full tuber. I'm going to take this out of the package and shake off some of the dirt. This is called a full clump. This has the neck of the original plant, several tubers attached, and it's even starting to push up an eye. The tubers are where all the energy is stored in the plant, and the tubers store it for the next season, and they're like a perfect little self-contained system. But they do need a viable neck in order to sprout a new plant, and they need an eye, and the eye is where the new plant is going to push up. One of the things that we do in the spring is we get our tubers to break dormancy. To break dormancy, we need to get our tubers into a warmer area. I usually take mine from the basement up into my house. Just a couple of degrees will make them start to break dormancy. And breaking dormancy looks like pushing out an eye or eyeing up. Examples of eyeing up. When tubers eye up, you might see a little tiny purple or red bud or a little tiny purple or green bud pushing out of the tuber. You don't have to wait for your tuber to eye up in order to plant it up, but it usually is best. It really helps you understand how you want to configure it in a pot. In this case, we're going to be planting up this whole clump. I usually try to clean off any dirt. Sometimes the dirt that they're packaged in isn't the best, and it may have some conditions that aren't beneficial to the plant anymore. We're going to be planting in just a regular potting mix today. You don't need to do any sort of special mix. Something light, something with a little perlite in it, something peat-free is preferable. I usually wet my soil just a little bit. You want it to be damp or moist, not super dry. You do run the risk of having your soil too wet. While they're a self-contained little system, they don't have a real root system yet, so they can't properly use the water in the soil. They also don't have much of a leafy green network yet either. In this case, with the full clump, we want to make sure to position it with its sprouted eye facing up. We don't need to go very deep, so I've filled my pot here about 2/3 with soil. We're going to nestle it in like that, and then we're going to fill it. It's usually beneficial to leave the stem or the neck pointing out of the soil. You really don't want to bury them very deep. All they need is to get started. It might take a week or so before you see the eyes pushing, and once you see leafy greens, maybe 2 sets of true leaves, it's ready to take more water. You can store this pot in your house in a sunny place until you're ready to plant them out in the spring. That would look also like taking your pot out for a day onto your patio and bringing it back in at night, taking it out for another day until it's fully climatized, and at that point it's ready to grow on your patio for the summer. It might sound surprising to hear not to water your dahlia tubers, but I really can't stress this enough. It creates conditions for root rot. Whether you're planting in a pot or in the ground or in a raised garden bed, you do not water your dahlias when you initially plant the tubers. You wait for 2 sets of green leaves, and that looks like about 4 to 6 inches of growth coming up out of your soil before you water the tubers. At this point, they've got enough root system and enough leafy greens to actually process and use the available water. And that means your danger of root rot is likely past. So we already planted a full clump into a patio pot, but I split my dahlias every fall into single tubers. This helps them be easier to store, and it also helps me mitigate any rot moving from one tuber to the next because I individually wrap them. I bring them in like this, wrapped in saran wrap. I unroll and I investigate and see which tubers look the best and which ones I want to plant up this spring. I'm looking for solid tubers, I'm looking for no rot, and I'm looking for anything that's pushing an eye. Some of my tubers might look pretty wrinkly, but that doesn't mean I want to give up on them. Sometimes wrinkly tubers are still pushing up an eye, and if I can see an eye pushing up, it's a keeper. Because I split my tubers into individuals, I have two options. I can either pot up into a small individual pot. You really don't want it to be much bigger than your tuber. I can also do many tubers at a time if I plant them into this tray. I use a shallow tray, just a seed starting tray that I have at home. And again, I'm filling it just with basic potting mix, something that's light and fluffy. I want my soil to be just damp enough to hold its shape, but not so wet that when I squeeze it, water runs through my fingers. We're looking for ideal soil conditions here. If I were to pot up a single tuber into a pot, I would inspect the tuber, figure out where its eye is. That's going to be right in the crown of the tuber, and I'm going to place it horizontally in the pot. You might think that you're placing it vertically like this, but you're actually going to place it horizontally into your pot like this, and we're just going to sprinkle a handful of dirt over it. We don't really need it to be under very much soil. In fact, just an inch or two would be just fine. One of the most important things about dahlias is really keeping your dahlia tubers straight and labeling them as you go so that when they get out into your yard, you know what blooms to expect. After this plant has had about 4 weeks in my house, I should see growth. I might see a 6-inch leafy plant at this point. As soon as the danger of frost is past, I can start taking this outside, take it out, bring it back in, take it back out for a day, bring it back in at night. And once it's hardened off a little bit, it's ready to go in the ground. I would then prepare my garden bed and I would gently lift my tuber out of its pot. At this point, it probably hasn't created more tubers, but it will have a root network and it will have about a 6-inch plant that I'm looking to keep intact and not disturb. Same rules apply, just a couple of inches into the ground. It doesn't really need to be buried deep, and I want to make sure that my tag with its name is following along with the tuber. Because I split so many dahlias into single tubers in the fall, potting them up one by one into individual pots might not be realistic for me. It would take a lot of space in my house to store all of these pots for 4 to 6 weeks. I do like this tray method. It works well when you're doing multiple tubers. Same rules apply. We're going to look for a healthy tuber with a neck attached with an eye pushing. I'm going to try and keep my varieties together. Here's the eye. In this case, I'm going to turn it around and inspect a little bit. Here's the eye pushing. This one's going to be right here and right here. I'm going to do a few more. We don't want to crowd them too much because we do want to be able to lift them out of this tray eventually without having all of their roots tangled. But you can really fit in quite a few, more than you think. This one's kind of an odd shape, so it's going to get a lot more space. Part of the reason I picked these tubers to work with is because actually when I unraveled them from their winter dormancy, I could see that they were pushing eyes. Again, you can plant tubers even if they're not pushing eyes, but pushing eye really helps you know which way to orient the tuber. I have had the situation where I've planted them in my yard and then nothing has happened, so I've had to go dig them up and flip them over to get the eye to face up. This method really helps you because you get to sort of inspect and make sure that you're planting it with the eye facing up instead of upside down. This one's Patricia Sunset. It's a beautiful red fading to yellow center. This one is Spoiled Rotten and it's a hot, hot pink. Once I have them nestled in a manner that is workable for me, we're gonna add some dirt. We really don't need to add very much dirt, enough to cover them, and I don't really need to pack it in or anything. This dirt is perfectly moist, so it's just the right moisture content, and it's okay if you can see the tubers because they're better shallow than they are buried deep. So if you're going to err on one side or the other, it would definitely be to just nestle them under an inch or two of dirt. And when I plant them out in my yard, first week of May, I will do the same thing. I will only dig a shallow trough and I'll lay all my tubers in the trough and then I'll just cover it with 2 inches of dirt, not more. Now that we've got a couple different varieties of dahlias potted up, individual tubers done in a shallow tray, a single tuber done in a small pot, and a larger clump done in a patio pot. We're ready to store these in our house for the next 4 to 6 weeks. We are looking for green growth, probably 2 sets of true leaves before we even consider planting them outside. And we're also looking for warm temps. In Minnesota, we really need soil temperatures to be around 60 degrees in order to plant dahlias in the soil. I use a thermometer, like a barbecue kitchen thermometer, and I stick it in my dirt, and I usually do it in a couple of different areas to make sure that my soil temperature is consistently 60 degrees. Once it's 60 degrees, I'm ready to plant out my tubers. This gives me a head start. Dahlia season is long. You really have to be in it for the long haul. Some varieties flower up in July and August, but a lot of the big, beautiful ones really don't get started until September and October. Planting up inside helps me get a jump on the season for all these beautiful flowers. If you got questions about your dahlias, or you just want to share your pictures of your gorgeous dahlias, I'm your girl. You can find me at Tonkadale. My name's Amaya. Come in with questions, share your photos, let's talk about our dahlias. We have a ton of resources on our website. We've done videos for fall care, videos for spring eyeing up, and in general, we just love to talk about flowers here. So if you need resources, we've got them. You can find them on our website. You can find experts here in the greenhouse. Come on in and check it out. See you at Tonkadale.